Tonight we're in for a rare celestial event that may be exciting for us in the Houston area, but could make things a lot worse down in Florida. We're talking about the super blue moon. That's because it's the second full moon this month and it's closer to Earth than usual. But since full moons make tides higher, this super blue moon could really affect the storm surge from Idalia. Pat Kaplan.
So what this is going to do, now the storm's already up in Georgia, South Carolina, so this could just make it a slower process for the water to recede on the west coast of Florida, but this is also going to play a role in the storm surge along the Carolina coast, the Georgia coast, and the North Florida coast on the Atlantic side, because now the storm's about to reemerge into the Atlantic. So let's talk about what these tides are. There's actually a special name for these tides that become enhanced, and they're called king tides. And basically, it's just a colloquial term for an unusually high tide, and it's created or developed basically when you get, or it can result at least, from these full supermoons. So what happens with the supermoon is that it's closer to the Earth, and so it appears a little bit larger. But that's not the only thing. It also has more of a gravitational pull, and so that's why the tides become a little more enhanced. So this could lead to minor coastal flooding just on a sunny day. They see it down in South Florida quite often. But of course, when you've got a big storm going on, this can exacerbate things, and that's what we're going to see down in Florida and also in the Carolinas as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours. So this is what we're dealing with. We've got the supermoon and the blue moon. It's a blue moon because it's the second time it's happening in the month. The second full moon that we're getting in the month of August. That's why it's a blue moon, and it's a supermoon again because it is going to be a little bit closer to Earth, making it appear 123% of its normal size. It's a little bigger than normal. Great conditions, though, to see it for tonight here in Houston. Look out to the southeast sky. The moon will come up over the horizon at 7:56, so 10 minutes after sunset. You're going to have a great view of it the whole night with mainly clear skies. By the way, super blue moons, when both of these unusual phenomenon occur at the same time, that only happens once every 14 years. Okay, here's the latest on Idalia right now, crossing over the South Carolina state line, moving at about 21 miles per hour. So this thing is hauling up the east coast. Winds right now sustained at 70 miles per hour. A lot of rain here for the low country into South Carolina, so flooding a big concern. Also a tornado threat in play. But they still got rain coming onshore down across the west coast of Florida. For us here at home, we've seen the complete opposite weather the last 2 days. Tons of sunshine, hot temperatures, but really low humidity, and it all has to do with the boundary that went through our area the other day that brought us the low humidity. Everything's connected in the atmosphere, right? So Idalia is pushing to the north. That's pushing the stationary front farther north as well. So on the south side of it over here, warm, tropical, very humid. On the flip side of it, dry, sunny, really warm, but again, it feels a lot better than it's felt all summer long. So that seesaw is keeping us in this nice weather pattern for the time being. Idalia continues across the low country through the overnight, reemerges over the Atlantic, stays weak though with high wind shear as we get into the weekend. All right, here at home, 101 was the official high temperature, so close to the record of 104 and well above the normal of 93 degrees. But again, did not feel too bad with the low humidity. We're back to the 80s by 10 p.m. and eventually into the 70s by tomorrow morning. There's a look at future track tomorrow morning, 73 degrees in a few spots, could even see upper 60s the farther north you go, and then by the afternoon we'll do mid to even upper 90s under mainly sunny skies. And guess what, we do it again into Friday, mid 70s to start and then mid to upper 90s for the afternoon under mainly sunny skies. So 75 overnight, we'll see 60s north, I think, yet again 199 degrees I think as we get into tomorrow with lots of sunshine. 100 degrees by Friday, 102 Saturday, upper 90s. Then for Sunday, guys, Labor Day doesn't look bad. Don't be afraid by that 30% scattered shower storm chance. Just a couple of afternoon storms to cool you down. We stay in the mid 90s into the start of next week.
All right.